And welcome everybody to a brand new Let's Play. Let's Play Super Metroid. This is a game I've been meaning to record for a little while. This is honestly my guilty pleasure game as of late. I've been playing this game quite a bit, and I used to not have ever played this game before. Yeah, I've been as big as a Metroid fan as I have been all my life. Super Metroid was always that one game that I never played until I was in my mid 20s, almost the same age that I'm at right now. But lately, this game has really made me want to. I played it again and 100%ed it and everything, and I've been wanting to play this game nonstop. I didn't realize how addicted this game would be until I actually sat down and played it and completed it. I love this game to death. This is probably one of my favorite games of all time now. This is a game I play whenever I'm feeling, down. This is a game whenever I'm feeling that I would just want to play something quick and easy to play. This is a game that always just comes back to me to wanting to replay all the time now. And it's kind of one of those games I just wish I played sooner. I know this game came out in 1994, as the title screen says, but I did not play this until, like I said, in my mid-20s. So, I'm going to be very happy to, show this game off to you guys and why it means so much to me. And I know this game is one of the most perfect games of all time, according to some people. This is by far the best Metroid game to a lot of people. And I can definitely see it. It is what pretty much defined what Metroid is nowadays. It's established what a Metroid game is, what defined the genre of search action, as the developers wanted to call this genre instead of Metroidvania. It is what set roots to what games like Castlevania Symphony of the Night did, and all other inspired games like Hollow Knight and stuff like that. This is the game that did that. Even though it might have been the third game in the franchise, this is what did it. This is the one that truly set the formula down, Pat. I'm going to be honest with you. This is like I said, my guilty pleasure game. But we are going to be playing the game today and starting a brand new game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start our game here. And we got a very good opening to the game right off the bat when we started.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
And that was iconic and insane right there. And Samus says, I first battled the Metroids on planet Zebes. It was there that I foiled the plans of the space pirate leader Mother Brain to use the creatures to attack galactic civilization. So this is basically giving a recap to Metroid 1 on the NES. I next fought the Metroids on their homeworld, SR388. I completely eradicated them except for a larva, which after hatching followed me like a confused child. And this is a recap of Metroid 2, The Return of Samus. I personally delivered it to the Galactic Research Station at Ceres so scientists could study its energy producing qualities. Handed off the baby. The Baby Metroid. The scientists' findings were astounding. They discovered that the powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization. Satisfied that all was well, I left the station to seek a new bounty to hunt. But I had hardly gone beyond an asteroid belt when I picked up a distress signal. Ceres Station was under attack. And we're going back to the space station that Samus just literally just left a couple minutes ago after handing off the Baby Metroid. They sent a distress signal, and now we have control of Samus. Samus controls, you know, pretty much like any other Metroid game, but the thing is, though, since this was the first game that kind of really set the roots of... Well, it didn't really set the roots. I mean, the other two games did too, but she's a lot more floatier in this game than later installments like Fusion, Zero Mission, Dread, Samus Returns, all this other stuff. She had a lot more weight to her, but in Super Metroid, she has so much float to her. She can jump really high. She stays in the air for very long. It's kind of a little bit different control scheme than later Metroid games. You push the X button. I'm playing on the Wii U version, by the way. You can push the X button to shoot your beam. If you push L and R, you aim diagonally up and diagonally down with the left button, and the right button goes up and stuff like that. You can crouch. You can do all that other stuff. Well, we're gonna get later abilities that we'll go over the button controls later, but you can pretty much just do that. And there's a lot of animations to pay attention to, like Samus hugging a wall when you cartwheel into it, and you turn slightly away from it. You see Samus come out of her cartwheel a little bit. That indicates that you could do something else later, but we'll get into that later. Pretty much, we gotta go help the Ceres Station out here. So we're gonna go through here and just keep going. I'm moseying on through. You can just go through the doors, but that, you know, it seems very quiet. But as the title screen indicated, there's corpses everywhere. It's kind of unsettling when you really think about it. Yeah, something has killed all the scientists in here, and it's kind of really spooky and scary. But if you keep on going through here into this room, there's the Baby Metroid. Okay, so the Baby Metroid's safe. So let's go ahead and, you know, grab it and go on our merry way. But wait. Nope. Our old pal Ridley has come back, and he's coming over to steal the Baby Metroid. Here we can kind of go ahead and just start shooting him. He'll attack occasionally. You can dodge attacks and stuff like that. But I'll just be honest with you. There's nothing you can really do with this during this fight. You can, however, do enough damage to Ridley to make him drop the Baby Metroid, and that's as far as you'll go. But other than that, you can't do anything else. He'll keep fighting you until you take enough damage to be like around 30 energy. So I'm gonna try to beat him. I don't think I've ever beaten him in this state. He's always kind of, you know, almost gotten me and stuff like that. Ow, stupid button control. The Wii U Pro controller is getting a little sticky on the button there, the jumping button there. But we're gonna keep on attacking him, and hopefully, I don't think I've ever done this. I don't think I'm going to. Yep, and when you get about 30 health, he flies away. An emergency! Self-destruct sequence activated. Evacuate colony immediately. You have a minute to get out of here. For some reason, Ridley has activated the self-destruct sequence of the station. So, we have to get out of here immediately. You only have a minute to get out of here. Granted, there's nothing really it wasn't that far of a trek earlier, but at the beginning of the game, they already kind of make you stressed out a little bit when you really think about it. There's going to be steam that pops out and kind of like hits you. It doesn't hurt you, it just slows you down. You don't want that. And once you get back to this room where the elevator was at, it kind of goes slanted a little bit, and you kind of have to just hurry back and get back on the elevator. And as soon as you do that, well, we're done. Ceres Station is gonna go kaput. But Samus got out in the nick of time, like she always does. But we need to chase Ridley because he stole the Baby Metroid. He went back to planet Zebes. So Samus has followed Ridley back to this planet. Planet Zebes was where Samus grew up on, but it has now been converted to a space pirate base yet again. And we land on the surface of Criteria. And now we have full control to explore the planet here. Now here on planet Zebes, we're on Criteria, and in the original Metroid game, this part of planet Zebes didn't exist. So this is a brand new area in the Metroid series, is Criteria from Zebes. We can't go this way because, well, it's blocked by this thing, and we can't jump up here just yet. So we can only go to the left. But another thing I should mention is if you hold the B button while running, Samus will start sprinting. This is different than other later iterations of Metroid games. If you don't hold the B button, she kind of, just does a jogging motion. But if you hold the B button, she starts sprinting. This is going to be very important later in the game. So just keep that in mind. But we come in here. Oh, it's so, desolate and everything else. There's a hole there we can't get ourselves into just yet. We're going to have to come back to it here in a minute. And there's a block wall. Looks like the only way we can go is down here. So we're going to keep on going here. We can't go through that door because that has a tight squeeze to it. If we go through this door, well, we're kind of blocked off with another hole. And the door over on the other side is blocked with red. With a red door. We can't open those just yet. So we're just going to have to keep on going on down. So let's go ahead and jump down here. And this is like the only time I've ever seen a 2D Metroid have hatches up above you. They've always had hatches to the sides. But if we come down here, you'll notice that this is kind of a familiar sight. This is where Samus evacuated Zebes in the first Metroid game. It's kind of ruined because, well, this was a self-destruct sequence. There was a bomb that exploded here a long time ago. And if you fall down this shaft all the way down here and go through this door, this is the remains of where Mother Brain was in the first Metroid game. So this is where Mother Brain used to be. And as you can see, it's all exploded because, well, Samus destroyed everything. But we're going to keep on moseying on our way down this way. And soon we get to another elevator. So let's go on down to the elevator. This elevator takes us to Brinstar. This is the main portion of the caverns of basically the cavernous area of planet Zebes. And just like in the first Metroid game, when you arrive in Brinstar, if you go left instead of right, you'll acquire a new power-up. The Morph Ball, or as Super Metroid says, the Morphing Ball. I never understood why it's called Morphing Ball. But, so we activated something's spying on us. Yeah. Anyways, the Morph Ball, if you crouch and you push down again, Samus will turn into a ball. And this will allow you to go through narrow passageways. So this is an easy access. It's probably Samus's most important ability, to be perfectly honest. It allows her to get through tight spaces like this. But if we come over here, we're blocked by a red door. The only way we can go is we shoot these blocks here. We can go down, use the Morph Ball to get through here. And go through here on this tight corner with a Morph Ball. And go this way. Inside is a Chozo statue. These are statues left by the ancient race of the Chozo, bird-like alien creatures that had amazing technology. And what designed Samus's power suit? Samus was raised by the Chozo on planet Zebes when she was a child and trained to be a great warrior. And she was gifted this power armor from the Chozo. So, the Chozo helped her out over the years by leaving these statues to power up her suit. And right here is her first upgrade, the missile. The missile is a more powerful, blast than your blaster does. Select missile and press the X button. Okay, so let me explain this because the control doesn't really tell you. In order to activate missiles, you have to push the select button in order to activate them. Once you do that, anytime you fire, you're firing a missile. You have a limited amount of missiles at the beginning. You have a limited amount of missiles, so we only have 5. And if we come up here, just come back up here and, jump up this way. These red doors that we saw before, they take missiles to open. But this is different than later Metroid games. Later Metroid games, they only require 1. In Super Metroid, they require 5. So you have to use all your missiles that you have right now in order to go through this door. But it'll be worth it. Trust me. So we're going to keep on coming through here, and we're going to get spied on again by another doohickey. So if we come down here, we'll notice there's another missile expansion. There's going to be a lot of missile expansions throughout Zebes, as well as plenty of other expansion packs. I will be going after every single expansion pack in this game, so just keep that in mind. So now we have 5 more missiles. We have a grand total of 10 now. Every missile expansion you get gives you 5 missiles. So now that we've gotten everything here, we can kind of backtrack the way we came. There's nothing really for us to do right here, right now in Brinstar. It's only a couple rooms. We only came here to get the morph ball and the missiles. So, alright, so now that we come back here, as soon as we enter the old Mother Brain room, there's space pirates everywhere. Space pirates are the main enemy of Samus Aran. They shoot their beams and stuff like that, but you can take them out with an easy, blast of your blaster. You don't have to use missiles or anything else. They drop ammunition. Sometimes you can get more missile upgrades, and the purple orbs refill your health. So just keep that in mind. You have to clear out the whole entire room there in order to advance earlier. Otherwise, that door is locked. And as soon as we make our climb back up here from the old Turian, we're gonna have space pirates to deal with that are clinging to walls and shooting their beams and everything. But luckily for us, they're kind of weak space pirates. They just flat out just die to the pea shooter, as I always call it. Yeah, Samus has a very weak beam at the very beginning of Super Metroid. So just keep that in mind. We're just gonna keep jumping up this way, do some platforming, and completely miss that platform and start tumbling. There's always nothing worse than falling down this long shaft and stuff like that. They will occasionally jump across the walls back and forth, but they don't do too much damage if they hit you. So just keep that in mind. Jump up here, kill him. Use my diagonal to shoot them off the wall here. Ah, we're falling down here. I could use a mechanic that I know a lot of people use right now, but I kind of wanted to leave that for an explanation later whenever we get to a certain part that kind of requires it, because I'm going to be using this ability quite a bit. But we're going to go back to Criteria here, and now everything is a little bit more lively. If you've noticed, ever since we got spotted by that searchlight thing, it's gotten a lot more lively in here. Yeah, the space pirates know Samus are here, so that's why they started sicking their troops on her. That spy network was nothing more than just to say, oh, Samus is here, better get over here and start attacking her. So we're going to open up this red door, and this red door will lead to more bugs. These bugs are always annoying. The swooping green ones are always annoying. They take a couple hits to die, but we're going to come over here. And inside this room is something very useful. It's a map station. So what this does is this allows us to have a whole complete map of Criteria. So now we have a whole map of this, and this was something revolutionary for Super Metroid at the time. In the original Metroid game and Metroid 2, Return of Samus, they did not have this. If you push the start button, you can look at a map of the area that you're in. This was such a big deal back then, and this is a staple that has stayed in every subsequent Metroid game. There is no reason why you should not have a map. This area is huge, and you can get lost real easily. And that was one reason why the first Metroid game on NES aged horribly, because it did not have a map. So, let's go ahead and come up this way. Before we go on any further here, there's one more thing I want to do. We're going to come over here, and I'm going to show this off real quick. I'm going to go down here into this room. We come in here. This is a room called a save station. This allows you to save your game. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I think we're going to call it here. So this will be the end of the first episode of Super Metroid. So the next episode of Let's Play Super Metroid, we are going to continue going through the areas of Criteria and hopefully find a new area where we can explore in order to find the Baby Metroid Ridley stole from us. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next episode.